Next one is repeat the above computations in using an unfair coin. So we have pH is 0.52, 0.35, and 0.6. So we have a function for loop. In the loop that run in a loop of pH. So here, no, here for the unfair cone, prop unfair cone. So for pH in this one, in this loop, I mean in the list, and then for Q in and for Z in is like Q in like 5 flip at a time, 10 flip at a time, and for Z in 1000 time of Q, 1000 time of 10,000 time of Q. So run it. Actually, we can use this one for the next function. This function, I mean for the next one, for 48 cases, write a file with results. So we create a files which name probability outcomes predicted, and we and give out the list, I mean the table of let's see which of Q, I mean N from 5, 10 to 25, 50, and here, and which we repeated 10,000 of N, 10,000 of N, and then for in the loop of pH from 0.50. Oh, hold on. So it should be 52 here. Why is I mess it up? Okay. So first, I wanna write this to the. So we do the accumulate and add it to the dictionary. So toes and prop. So toes is 0, prop equals 0, and the dictionary toes dick, and the list L. So for number of head in range of N, we do it gradually. So we add it to the dictionary. So here dictionary is equal to toes, because I mean the item for this item in the first item in N in the dictionary equal to toes, which means the it value of item is 0. I mean, yeah, its item may be 0. And then for I in range of M, always say, yeah, find range in range M, which is run from this loop. Okay, so dictionary, this item is toes plus 1, and accumulate the toes here to one more value. So toes equal to toes plus 1, and the next one, toes gonna be 1, not instead of 0. And for an edge in range, and so in range of, like, if you have 5, so range of 0, I mean 1 to 5 plus 1 each, which means 1 to 5. So we append it to L. And for W in range of M, B is we call the function coitos in q time in n time. I should write here, but actually the first function write q, so keep it. L, this side lb, so lb, the number, I mean, how to say, for example, b5, so l5 lb is accumulated with 1 for nh in range of n plus 1, so l again l nh equal to it lnh over m, which means the probability of, like for example, if we have 0, let me run it and then I can show you how. For example, we for the in 5 flip we got 0 head, and the 0 head have a probability of 5%. So now we write it goes right, so we have the 40 time of this one, and then turn goes right, so number of tosses and and this is the first one, so format, so and write probability of head, probability of tails. Probability of head is the first item, tail is the second item, so route it to 2f, route it to float 2. So here the probability of head, and here the probability of tail is, which means 1 minus probability of head. And write number of times that the coin was flipped in times, so we write in like 1,000 or 10,000 coin, and then we have a line. And now, so for the first item, number of head, number of tail, and probability of event, which means probability of that's the head or the tails. Of the head, probability of the head, and which means number of head, number of tail is n minus number of head, and then the probability of head cause right, and then we can and write the sum of probability. The sum of all the probabilities is, so just the we make the table, the format of the table. So we run it. So here we go. The list, I mean the new file we created. So for the head with pH is 5. Number and so we flip for 5,000. So we let's run. So for here, let's run 20 times. 20 Q is 20, and the pH is 0.552. So, and like we run it 1,000 times, so the probability we get is 0. I mean the total is, the sum of all is this one. So this is how it works. Then next one is create the, so the second file is the error and relative. So which means the error is mean, so when we run the file, we actually, hold on, when we run the function and flip a coin, which if the coin is fair, which means pH pH is 0.5, we can predict the probability of the head show is around a certain number. So however, when the computer run, it flipped in that time and it turned out the other result of probability. So the error is the difference between the result, the real result, and what they predicted. So so here we got the new function. So here is the second table. Factorial. Again, we write another function. Uses, which is, oh, what? How come it's coming? Where? Right here. So the accumulate is equal to 1, and for I in range from 1 to n plus 1. So we prop it. I mean we multiply it with I. And the second thing is the coin. So is the number of thousand turn at the time. M is the number of how many times. It's just like M. It's just like N is 5, 10, 20. M is 1,000, 10,000. And num is factorial N. So fact 1 is factorial of M, and fact 2 is factorial of N plus minus M. So factorial is fact 1 and multiply with fact 2. And so it's so to let's see, to make a copy. I mean, oh, hold on. What? Oh yeah. To show it, I'm gonna print it, and let's see what function it is. I have to wait it until it finish. Oh my gosh. I should do. I how long? Where should I stop it? Oh, here. No, not really, but just command it. So anyway, just let it run and I'll show you. And the property of head, again P2 is the property of T, so equal to 1 minus with property of head. So, and then N2 is the number of tail, equal to N minus the number of head. So val is we recall, because we return it here, say return, so we recall the function again. So how CM number, where, just here, multiply with pH and how to get square, I mean 2 NH and multiply with p tail, the probability of tail, to times number of tails of tail, and return. This is all the math things. So the arrow table, we write the arrow table. So kurtosis, again I use mostly copy the both thing and write it here. However, we have more, we add some more from formula, some more math things. So open and write in the arrow text file. So again, for loop, and we have the same toes, and h in range up, and we go from right to left, I mean 50 first. And I want to, because I want to see how it work with the bigger number, and invite mostly the same with the first the both function. Yep, and then however the difference is when we came out to the file, we write in the file, so we add more thing, like we add the probability of tails and the arrow of the prediction that we predict, and the errors between the prediction and predicted number and the real probability, and so the relative. So we write mostly the same with above head, probably of tail, and for here we have more thing: head, tails, number of head, number of tails, which is nh and tail, and tail is 1 minus nh. Actually, can be n tail here. And probability of event, which means probability of head, predicted error and relative error. So for nh in range of n plus 1, so probability of head will be the number of head in the divide by toes. So how many toes and we got the probability of head the same with the above function, but we have the prop gonna be the error here from the absolute value of the number of head in nail. We minus this to, so which means with the predict that the computer compute how many is gonna show the head, and I mean the percentage of this of it, and we minus the probability of head, the real one, and the error, the relative error will be at the absolute values of the error. So we see how many we see the ratio of the error and the probability of head ratio, and then we write a function use the format which return it the same with this one, and call toes and again use the format of probability, and we submit, and then we run. So let's see where that error and relative error. So here the head is in 5 toes. The head is 5. The head is 0. The tail is 5. So probably of event is which is 0.0336, and it's mostly close to for the fair cause. So close to when we have 5 head and 0 tails, like 0.0302, and so this is not really close, but the predicted, like when we see here. Now I'm gonna discuss about the last question too. So the last question is like discuss how we can use this function, this kind of code the program to determine if a code is fair or not. So if the code is fair, we can see that this is a symmetric here. Symmetric here is this when we have five head or 5 tails, it have a same predicted for head one coin or one tails, or for tails one head. We have the same prediction, and the arrow is the predict the prop minus the prediction. Oh, hold on, which one? Oh, right. And relative is, and when it's come to the unfair coin, we can see that the prediction, the predict here is not symmetric at all and anymore. It's different. And so here we can see for this one 50,000. So we have the same prediction here is symmetric. However, the error is however, the when it's not fair. So when it's fair, the prediction is symmetric. So when the computer computed, it's like the formula, and it just came out like exactly what the computer think. However, in the random, we don't get the same, we get different. Like this one and this one doesn't say, it's not same, it's not similar, and it's not similar with the unfair cause either. So we can see if the predicted in some ways, if the predicted is symmetric, we can see that, so it is a fair coin. And that's just the table, the file. So we did a really hard job. Alright, thank you so much for listening.